Alrighty, I'm going to show you some quick animations. So the first thing we need is a game object to animate. I'm going to go to Game Objects, 3D Objects, and then Cube. I'm going to double click my cube in my hierarchy. Let's reshape this cube so it looks like a platform. You should know how to do this already. So let's do something like that. I'm going to go to my colors and I'm going to just color it red. And let's go back to our position tool and let's move it down to the ground. Remember, you can manually move it down with the arrows, or you can come over to transform and position on the right and just simply change your Y coordinates to 0 and it should bring it straight down to your ground. After we do that, let's go to our game object cube in our hierarchy and let's just rename it to lift 1 because we want to keep things organized. After I do that, click on it again so it is highlighted and go to Window and Animation, or you can hit Command 6. When you do that, this window should appear. If it does not appear at the bottom, bring it down to the bottom and make sure you can see your game screen here and your animation window down here. Another thing to keep in mind, it should say to begin animating and your game object lift 1 should be listed right here. Hit Create. What we're going to do to remain organized is, I'm not sure what folder you're in, but go back to your standard assets folder and let's create a folder inside standard assets called animations. So click new folder and type in animations and click enter. Double click inside animations if it doesn't automatically do it for you, and it should say animations here. And then save as. We want to name it the same as our current game object that we are animating, which is lift 1. And then click save. Now let's start to animate this object. The first thing you need to do is take a note of the record button here, your timeline, and this white line here. Right now we are at 0, 0, 0 in our timeline. So hit the record button and let's see what happens. You'll notice some red here, and all I'm going to do is just move it a little bit. This will create a keyframe. You'll notice these little circles appear. You'll notice your lift 1 is here with the position. You can click the arrow and you can see your X, Y, and Z positions. Since I moved it up, you'll notice that my Y position now changed to .99 because I moved it up, see? But we actually want to bring it back to the starting position, so you can manually bring it back because this is going to be our starting point. You can manually bring it back, or you can just come down here and type in 0, and then we should be good. Now this will be our starting position. Now right here, if you look at our timeline, we have about 1 second. This represents 1 second. We want to make it go up. So let's just make it go up within, let's take 1 second for it to go up. So come over to 1 second, right about here. Make sure you click and you'll see your white line at 1 second. And all you have to do now is just bring it up to where you want it to go. You can, once again, do it manually with the arrows, or you can just come down to your position here in the Y and you can manually type it in. I will type in 15 because I know I want it to go up 15. So let's see exactly what that does. I'm going to zoom out and you can hit play, or you can hit spacebar to play, and there it goes. It's going just straight up. Now there's something weird happening if you notice. It's going up, but then it's just disappearing kind of and just going straight to the bottom because we didn't animate it to come back down. If you actually wanted to come up and then come back down, we have to do a little bit more things to this. So let me show you how to do that. Go click on your timetable down here and just use your scroll button on your mouse and scroll out a little bit, and you'll notice you get more and more time, okay? I'm going to scroll out to about 3 seconds right here. So what I want to do now is I want it to animate back down to the original position. There's a very quick, easy way of doing it. Come over to your beginning position and make sure your white line is right there. So click up here and then click on the first circle. This will highlight all the circles, and then you can simply hit Command C to copy the beginning position, and we want to make it the ending position also. So let's go up here, and we're doing it at 1 second, so let's keep it exactly the same. So let's just go to 2 seconds, so there's only 1 second in between, and I'm going to hit Command V and paste my starting position at my ending position. So let's see what that does. There it is. See, now it's starting, going up, and now coming back down. Now let's mess with the timing of it. You see, it's kind of a little bit too fast because it's 1 second to go up and 1 second to go down. Let's say I want it to go much slower. we can simply just zoom out of our timeline and just move our key points over here. So what I like to do is I hold down Shift and I grab my middle one and my end one, so I can highlight them both and I can move them both at the same time. Let's make the up take maybe 3 seconds to go up, and then we want to make it 3 seconds to go back down. So scroll out and move this to 6. So that should, see, now we have a 3-second up and a 3-second down. So let's hit play and it's going to just automatically repeat that. It goes up and then it goes down. And that's how you will animate some objects. I will show you in more detail on the next tutorial how to do even cooler animations. Good luck.